Let's talk about colors and curves. What is RGB? What is this curves, color balance, selective colors? What is the basic fundamentals behind it? And why you want to understand it? Because when you understand these basics, you can easily manipulate your results. Whether you want to manipulate the colors to get specific mode into your images or into your composites, or whether you can use any tool like curves, color balance, selective colors, levels, any tool to achieve specific goal. This is really important, guys, to understand if you are into any sort of digital art, okay? And to start, let's understand a very important concept, which is the difference between CMYK and RGB coloring. And first of all, I want to tell you that there is a big difference between the paintings, the physical painting, you're painting with a brush in a paper, and between the colors in the screens. In any screen, mobile phone, in your computer, in laptop, anything, these are behaving differently when combining them together. So for example, the painting, when you combine the red color with green, it can give you very dark brownish color. But in the lights, combining red and green will give you yellow color. This is because light inside screens is operating differently from the paint in the ink. So here, for example, if we're having green light, when you are putting into red light, it will give you yellow color. If you're having blue light and put it into green light, it will give you cyan color. If you're having red light and put it into blue light, it will give you magenta. And if you mix all these lights together, it will give you the white color. And this concept is really important because all the digital world is built into this concept. So if I'm having an image like this, each pixel is built in the concept that I've shown you earlier. So this red pixel is a combination between these three colors with different ratios. You can notice it if you are having like a macro shot of any screen. You will notice these really tiny dots of green, blue, and yellow. And combining them together, you will have this full picture. And if you want to manipulate this balance between the colors, you are using color balance. So I'm now just shifting the colors towards more red, or towards more cyan, towards more green, or towards more magenta, and so on. So this is color balance. And to make you understand it better, if I'm having an image like this and I want to show you the different channel values of each color of green, blue, and red, you can get this representation from the channels here. So here is a red channel representation, green channel representation. So for example, this dark spot doesn't have any green at all, and you can notice it here. It doesn't have any green at all, but this part has a lot of green, so you can find that this part is very bright, and so on. This is green representation, this is blue representation. And I've separated the colors for you to understand. So this is the red channel component of the image. This is the green channel component. If you separated them, can you see this? Having different opacities of the green pixels, combining them with the red one, you will have an image like this. And combining them with the blue channel, you will have an image like this. So let's separate the blue one, and you see that? And this is the green one. We can now mix each two channels together to see the result. So here, the blue and red, you will have this magenta-ish color. We can add the green channel to fix its colors. Okay, now you understand what is this RGB thing. You can manipulate the color balance in each image using any kind of adjustment layer. So for example, in the curves, you have this red, green, and blue. If I am in the red channel, I can increase the red values in the midtones, or in the blues, I can increase the yellows or the blues. Okay, very nice. Now I want to tell you another basic concept, which is the values of the lightness. What is lightness value? So an image like this, if we created a black and white adjustment layer for you to notice the different lightness values, you will notice that there are some very bright spots, there are very dark spots like this and this, and there are some spots in the middle. And each image has a lot of values between the brightest pixels and the darkest pixels, and there are something in the middle which are called mid-tones. So let's put a good representation using this posterized effect. So now we are simplifying our image into two values. So this is complete black, this is complete white. If we are increasing these values into three, we are now having three values: the complete black, the complete white, and the 50% gray. This is making the image more readable. And if we increased this value to 4, now the image is even more readable, and we are having two different shades of gray between the absolute highlights, which is white, the absolute black, which is blacks, and there are two shades of gray. If we're making this 5, now we are having even better readability of the image, and by increasing this amount of lightness values, you will have a better image. Okay, so this is the lightness values, which is how many spots of lightness between the brightest part and the darkest parts. So let me show you it with an example. An image like this, if you look at this image, you will notice that this image is very dark, and if you created any curves adjustment layer, you will notice that there is a graph right here. What is this graph? It's basically the distribution of the pixels inside the image. So in this image, because it's very dark and most of the pixels are very dark, it doesn't have pixels into this bright spot. It only has pixels into the dark spots and the mid-gray dark spots into here. So if we want to make this spot brighter, we can use curves to create point right here and make this brighter. Okay, so we are now trying to make this area brighter, as you can see right now. Okay, and if we want to increase the brightness of the image at all, we can increase it by recalibrating the 0 point of the image from here and making it here. So now I'm increasing the brightness of these pixels into very bright pixels. Okay, let's see another example. An image like this, it's mostly in the mid tones. Most of the image is not very dark and it's not very bright. So you will see the distribution is kinda neutral. Most of the pixels are in the mid-gray tones. Another image like this, we're having most of the image into the bright parts because the image is very bright, and you will see the distribution of the pixels is in the very bright areas. Okay, now you understand the RGB lighting, the lightness values. So now how can we manipulate these terms into an image? If we're having an image like this and it's very bright and we want it to be dark and moody, we can easily do this by creating curves and trying to reduce its very bright spots right here. So we can create a point here and decrease the lightness of these spots, but at the same time, let's get the other parts back to their normal values. So now we are just making these values dark like this, leaving the absolute whites as they are and leaving the mid tones as they are. So doing so, we have neutralized the image and making it a little dimmed. What if we want to change the colors of the absolute white? So we can go to the red channel. If we want to give it some cyanish color, we can put a point right here and change the color of the absolute whites into like cyanish color, like this. So now the absolute whites color has been shifted towards more of a cyanish tint. What if I want to make this more bluish? We can go to the blue channel and leave everything as they are by putting points right here and giving it a touch of blue like this. So let's see. Now we're changing the colors of only the absolute whites. And we can do this not only by curves, but Also, by using the color balance, actually go to the highlights and change the values, but the curves will give you more control and the color balance is much more easier. You can do the same thing using selective color. So for example, if we're having this image, we can go to the selective color, and for this we are selecting specific color and changing its color balance inside specific color. So if we selected the blue color, so we are going to play around with everything that is blue into the image. So this and this and this. So if we increased the reds, we're making it more of magenta. If we increase the greens, we're making it more of a cyan. And if we increased the blue, we are increasing the blue. And what I like about selective color is that we can as well increase the brightness and the darkness of specific color. We can do the same thing into the reds, and here this orange has a component of red, so we can make it darker, and we can even change the color towards more of yellow colors. Yeah, you have complete control over the colors. I want to tell you that my course, the advertising design using photo manipulation course, is now released, and you will find it in the link in the description. In this course, we focused on learning the fundamentals of photo manipulation with a lot of practical examples. The course started with introduction to marketing, because you need to understand the big picture, the whole idea why you are doing all of that, because in some way you are doing some marketing materials. You're making a movie poster to sell the movie to the audience. You are making like a flyer. You are making like a social media design. You are making a key visual for a billboard marketing campaign. Any photo manipulation design is located under the umbrella of marketing. So you should understand the basics of marketing. You should understand the basics of branding, because you should be able to apply the branding character into the design itself. You should understand what is visual communication, how to communicate a message through a picture. And then you should understand how to get the brief from the client and what are the different elements that are inside the brief itself. What are the target audience? What are the marketing objectives? What are the USPs or the unique selling points? Terms that is found into the brief, and you should understand what is this. And then we went to the graphic design principles. What is balance, alignment, hierarchy, contrast, repetition, proximity, color, and typography, which are very fundamental and basic principles that you should understand to apply them into your visuals. And finally, we went to the execution stage for brainstorming how to put the ideas and how to find proper images, and then went to the photo manipulation principles, like what is composition, the composition structures, the selecting the complex images like glass, smoke, etc., how to match perspective, how to paint light and shadow, how to understand the color itself, what is RGB coloring, what is the curves, selective color, all this stuff. And finally went to practical applications, which are 13 fully explained applications into the course. And finally, using the AI tools to make your life easier and to increase the efficiency of your work. And the final thing is how to put all of these designs into a presentation that sells your effort, not just the final output. The link of the course is in the description. That's it, guys. I hope you find this video useful. If you want me to create more episodes about these academic fundamentals in the future, let me know in the comments. See you guys in next tutorials. Peace.